Continue. Migrating in a man cranium. Oh yeah, pre-life like. We no frightened for your spondyle. May have one shoes alone, I'm a bill. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, me no frightened for Benz and Beamer. I'm in a sell out my friends, them neither. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn. When you talk about boys, it marry up, dear one friend them. Me know I the Almighty send them. Cause when me read me Bible, Christ never left him disciples. And if I want food, me have man share that. Set the box cover ya, tear that. Them a play my song before people hear that. Pull it up, play back. No frightened for your spondyle. Me have one shoes alone, I'm a bill. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, me no frightened for Benz and Beamer. I'm in a sell out my friends, them neither. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn. Family, me no left out. Mama soon come back, me a step out. Tired to see you stress out. Bingham she deserve the best, don't it? When I talk about YVP, them drop a lot of song for me. And I still I give thanks for it. Life comes with stages, I'm just on the other pages. We no frightened for your spondyle. May have one shoes alone, I'm a pill. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, me no frightened for Benz and Beamer. I'm in a sell out my friends, them neither. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn. Some say Jamil a long time they on the scene. Oh, you no boss yet. Hey, they are boss sweat. How long? But man just a keep so strong because if I sell me for sell out for boss, it not go happen. I jam myself. I notice when you talk the truth, you not gonna wait. We no frightened for your spondyle. But you have one shoes alone, I'm a bill. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, we no frightened for Benz and Beamer. I'm in a sell out my friends, them neither. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn. No, 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 no. Sometimes I feel like crying. I won't stop trying. Yeah. Yeah. Hit that.
What's going on, guys? There's much to talk about today, but I want to take this particular moment of time to provide a message of encouragement, accountability, and reassurance for what's going on in gaming as a whole. It's not just the FGC and this car outside honking outside of my house, but it's about the truth. Now, some of you guys are expecting a whole bunch of dramatic nonsense and all of this buffoonery and foolishness, but that is all of that is controversial and dramatic foolishness, and it's not even about my age. It's not about me turning a new direction. It's not about any of that. What this is about bettering ourselves as a scene, and I have an obligation to who I actually am as a person to share this message with you. This message will reach some. This message will be ignored by others. And then this message probably won't even reach anybody else. However, if it does reaches the few, that's good enough. Hopefully they can share that, and we can maintain the balance of providing good, clean, wholesome experiences for everyone in gaming. The first thing I want to compartmentally break this down, and the first people I'm going to start with is men. Men, we really have to do better. And I don't mean just, better behavior. We just have to do better, period. Systems and securities. I would like to believe that we're trying, but the quote unquote forces of evil always find a way. But I'm not naive. I'm 42 years old. I'm not a child. I don't believe in these little fairy tales anymore. We're not trying. In fact, we're enabling. We're not doing our best to stop these things from happening. We fall in love with these phantasy-physical views where we just live in this fake world. The villains are the heroes and the heroes are the villains. And this is all based off public opinion. It has nothing to do with facts. It has nothing to do with right or wrong. It has everything to do with whose side you're on. And this is creating a very turbulent world that we live in. And it's from a macrocosm to a microcosm. It's affecting our lives as a whole. And the man is responsible for this. And within humanity, man always creates these destructive things. Right? Very rarely do we make anything that's positive and uplifting and forward moving to help everyone. And I really want to focus on that. I really do. But in light of the recent issues that just happened at in the FGC and people being accused of sexual misconduct, and from sexual misconduct to, I don't even want to use the word, to far more egregious crimes that land you in prison. And this has always been, and I'll be long dead and gone before they'll ever completely stop, because men are not holding other men accountable for these inappropriate behaviors. And I've been told by a lot of people who are trying to look out for me, Triforce, stay out of these things. It does not help you. It only destroys me. I can't disagree with them. It's actually true. But it isn't me to ignore these things completely. So what I'm doing is I'm compromising a portion of myself, because to the good advice that I'm getting from my sponsors and people who actually do care about me moving forward, they've given me good advice that I can't ignore. It's just so hard to balance it. And they're like, if you want to be able to help people and to help those who need it, I need to not take care of myself, but I need to put myself in a position of power where it's not words like what I'm doing right now. These are words, and it will have minimal effect. This is a part of life that I've learned. Words really is just words. I need to be in a position of power so that actions make change. Words and talking don't really do anything. Us telling our fellow brothers and in terms of men, stop this. So what? You said it. Makes you feel better? Don't mean anything if you don't put any action behind it. And I do not have the power to put any action behind it. But I know the people that do. And that's why I start with the men. the people who are guilty of these crimes need to, one, they need to address the victims, right? They need to plead for forgiveness to them and be accountable for the punishment that goes along with said crime or inappropriate behavior. And I separate the two because we need to really stop the capital punishment for men acting inappropriately. I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished, but they should be punished relative to the offense. We live in a very hypersensitive world where we're trying to give guys the gas chamber for being, how would I put this, rude and inappropriate. And they should be punished for that. And whether they did it or not, this is for the men. This is for you guys when I'm about to say this. You need to be accountable for even putting yourself in the environment to be put in this situation to begin with. I've told you guys in numerous streams long ago. Guys, I know these tournaments are great and fun, and these expos, anime cons, video game conventions, but we live in a hypersensitive age, and unless you are these ladies, family members, or longtime friends, you need to heed the environment you put yourself in. Because when things come up, there's not much that can be done, because first and foremost, we have to give the benefit of the doubt to the potential victim. Because you as a man should have known better not to put yourself in that situation. So those are to the little guys. Let me talk directly to the tournament organizers, event directors, event producers, event sponsors, and the executive producers and the executives and the administrators and so forth. In gaming, let's keep this to gaming. You guys are accountable as well. You're not off the hook. This isn't some small time situation where you go catch the little criminal down the floor. You have a greater responsibility, and you are accountable for that responsibility by creating secure, quote unquote, safe spaces so that these inappropriate behaviors and criminal activity does not go down. I am a man, I do not do drugs, I do not smoke cigarettes, and I do not drink alcohol. These vices, personally, I don't see the point of them. However, I am just me. I cannot speak for everyone else. And other people have their vices. And there is a time and a place for everything. However, I wanted to put that out there. I will say this. I do not believe that alcohol should hold any space in gaming at all. I don't care if it's a Call of Duty tournament, a Gears of War tournament, a Resident Evil tournament, a Mortal Kombat tournament. I don't care if the content is adult rated, X rated. I don't care. It's irrelevant. Alcohol should be explicitly prohibited in all game spaces. Why? Because there are young adults, I call them young adults because they're not full adults yet, that are still under the influence. This is not to say in relation to the Evo event that alcohol was being served at said event. I don't know what was served at the event, but drugs and alcohol should not be permitted. And I would hope, because like I said, these are just words. I don't have the power yet to force the action. But I would hope that you suits out there are listening to this and you would work on increasing security to avoid this thing. Alcohol and young adults in game spaces just doesn't work out. It hasn't then, and I don't think it ever will. So please work on that. Secondly, and this is the hardest part because it's a security. You guys need to have security that keeps an eye, and I know, like I said, it's the hard part, on the behavior of men and women. Stuff like young ladies being what looks like to be, I gotta use a proper word for this. I don't want to say forced, but it's a word, something close like that. Influenced to go into elevators or rooms or things of that nature. That is a very difficult thing to do, but this is about securing the safe space. So you guys have that responsibility, and you're also accountable. Hopefully, over time, if the effort is put in, we'll see newer and newer security formats come into these events. And over time, you'll see these atrocious behaviors reduced. I'm not here to try to be some Christ or God and act like I'm some righteous person. This is not the purpose of this short message that I want to share with you guys in this stream. I want solutions because the FGC's been burning for some time now, and the only thing that's going to stop the burning is solutions, not drama posts on Facebook, not controversial issues on Reddit and tweets and DMs. You're not helping the situation. You're exacerbating it. This brings no solutions. So now that I've addressed the men from the community to the industry, let's move on to our sisters. Ladies, let me be the first to apologize on behalf of our scumbag gender of men, because we are scumbags. This is a fact. The playing field, obviously, and everything, and I mean every conceivable facet of life that you're in, is rigged against you. We unfortunately don't play fair. And although you have brothers out there, white, black, and whatever color in between, we do our best to try to help make the field fear. But there are just some demons in this world, and they have a lot of power, who protect the worst of them, while we do less to protect the best of us. But over time, we're working on it to try to make this scene or this world safer for you. However, you are also accountable to help us do this. Now you ask, how can you help do it if we're rigging the field? Very simple. In every game, there's a ref. Consider the good guys the refs. And there are a lot of refs out there. You see something, say something. Many of you do say something. Let us not sit here and act like women do not say anything. Sadly, and I really say sadly, we have some of our sisters out here who don't even support their other sisters when they come to them. They literally will think it's a lie. That's far worse than the demons protecting the demons. Sisters, you need to hang together. And you need to find your good brothers. And you need to go to them when there's these problems. So that if you feel you don't have the power to do anything about it, well, best believe the refs can make hell on earth for these demons. And we have no problems dying for the cause. These demons need to understand that this is a war. And if they think this is going to rock, and we're going to sit here and leave them unaccountable, well, it's about to get real. Number 2, ladies, you need to work with your brothers on some of these issues and these scenarios with your brothers who commit these violations. But we have to be, one moment, searching for the appropriate word. We have to be sensible in some of these violations. Back in my day, 90s and so forth, guys, women liked aggressive men. I don't know if that's still true now. I'm married to my wife, so I'm not on the market, so I wouldn't know. But guys would be touchy-touchy, and a girl didn't like it, you got slapped. I'm sure you've seen many 80s and 90s movies. A guy does something, he gets slapped, and the rest of the guys in the room go, ooh. And as a man, you eat it. Now, if the man try to rise up, then his brothers put him down. We don't live in that age anymore. Sadly, I don't know where the dudes are. They're here, but not enough of us. That's what I meant by saying that. So let me rephrase that. Sadly, that age is whittling down. Let's put it like that. Let's not say that age isn't here, because there are men that do this. But when our men commit infractions or violations, you need to, if you don't feel safe enough to approach the guy who committed the violation against you directly, find someone you can, who will then rein in the brother who committed the violation or infraction and check him. And trust me, we'll check him for you. Dudes want to beef up the chest, well, we'll find out what type of man they are. Then you have those who don't commit violations or infractions. They commit crimes. You need to seek the local authorities, because those guys think they're above the law. And they think they fit in a certain group of people that the law can't touch them. And that's when the law will check them. But we are here for you, sisters. Do not believe that you are alone and that we are not here to protect you. You are not alone. So you have your sisters that need to back you up, and you have your brothers out here who are here to help as well. With that said, I want to go into my closing piece. I don't want to take too long with this message, and I'm trying not to get into the drama or the controversy. As I said on my tweet, FGC, men and women, boys and girls, please handle the situation discreetly and appropriately. The way you are handling this situation, you're not helping the situation. Your 10 minutes of fame on Twitter or whatever social media platform you use does not help the situation. Overstanding your victimized position does not help the situation. Resolution, conclusions, solutions, and punishments are what resolves the situation. And of all those things, I left out the one element, the one piece that needs to be a part of the conclusion. Forgiveness. We talk about we're this religion or that religion, and we are creatures of God, but we live in a time where I don't even see forgiveness anymore. I rarely see apologies, and we damn sure don't see accountability. So we need to weigh the issues. Brothers and sisters who've committed infractions and violations need to be reined in by their fellow brothers. Our brothers need to apologize to our sisters for just the experience of whatever trauma they went through, whether you're innocent or not. Because we need to assure our sisters that they have brothers in this world. As for the criminals, well, even they need forgiveness. However, the solutions for them are far different from the solutions of those who committed the infractions and violations. That we leave to the law. On that note, I am going to now step away from the situation and the controversy. I really felt that if I didn't say anything, I couldn't live with myself. So I'm risking sponsorship because, like the song you heard in the beginning, I will never lose my soul to gain the world. So I wanted to at least give this positive message of reinforcements and assurance that despite the burning of the scene, it will survive as long as our brothers and sisters hold each other accountable and expunge the demons of the scene. On that note, take care of each other and yourselves.
Continue. Why good in a man cranium? Oh yeah, pre-life like we no frightened for your spondyle. May have one shoes alone, I'm a bill. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, me no frightened for Benz and Beamer. I mean no sell out my friends, them neither. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn. When you talk about boys, it marry up, dear one friend them. Me know I the Almighty send them. Cause when me read me Bible, Christ never left him disciples. And if I want food, me have man share that. Set the box cover ya, tear that. them a play my song before people hear that. Pull it up, play back. We no frightened for your spon the hill. Me have one shoes alone, I'm a bill. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, me no frightened for Benz and Beamer. I'm in a sell out my friends, them neither. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn. Family, me no love out. Mama soon come back, me a step out. Tired to see you stress out. Bingham she deserve the best, don't it? When I talk about YVP, them drop a lot of song for me. And I still I give thanks for it. Life comes with stages, I'm just on the other pages. We no frightened for your spon the hill. Me have one shoes alone, I'm a pill. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, me no frightened for Benz and Beamer. I'm in a sell out my friends, them neither. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn. Some say Jamil a long time head up on the scene. Oh, you no boss yet? Hey, they are boss sweat. How long? But man just a keep so strong because if I sell me for sell out for boss, it not go happen. I jam myself. I notice when you talk the truth, you not gonna wait. We no frightened for your spon the hill. But you have one shoes alone, I'm a bill. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, we no frightened for Benz and Beamer. I'm in a sell out my friends, them neither. Enough of them lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn. No, 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 no. Sometimes I feel like crying. I won't stop trying. Yeah. Yeah. Hit that.